So my name is Junka. I'm from Brazil. I think you know. I'm 23, and I'm half Korean Japanese. But actually, my mom is Chinese Korean. She's Korean, but she was born in China. So yeah. And I have one older brother. He's living in Canada now. He's doing mission there. And I have one younger sister. She's in the third year of UPA in Korea. So yeah, only 3. Yeah, before I start, I would like to share about UPA. What is UPA? This program. So yeah, after True Father's ascension, the True Mother gradually began preparing everything for a future without true parents, right? So she started many programs to build and raise future leaders inside of our community. So one of those programs was UPA, and UPA. So at first it was only a graduate school program. So after you finish your university, you go to UPA and then you do graduate school. But in 2020, True Mother combined the theology course at some university with UPA. So from 2020, we had 2 kind of UPA. One is graduate school program, and one is university. And the one I went was the university, at some university. So we call it senior UPA and junior UPA. But now we only have junior UPA. A few years ago, True Mother stopped the senior UPA. She's just focusing now on senior UPA, junior UPA. Yeah. And yeah, so this program is 4 years of university. So we study theology. Unification is theology, and that includes DP, unification thought, and True Parents' words about spiritual word and other things, and also plus how you say life of faith. So we have Hundoke, visual prayer and these kind of things, and also we have a military style training. So yeah, this is only 4 years, and then after this 4 years we graduate, and then we go to Heavenly Top Gun. Heavenly Top Gun is 2 years, internship, and then we go to another country and do 2 years of mission. Yeah, like now. So in total, the program consists of 4 years of university plus 2 years of internship training called Heavenly Top Gun. Yeah, and then after that we receive an official mission. So the basic aim of UPA cadets is to become leaders of the Unification Church in various countries. Ultimately, they will be assigned by True Mother to positions within the church organizations according to their abilities, grades, and skills. So yeah, this is what I took from UPA website. Okay, so yeah, this is just a short explanation about UPA. Yeah. And then for now, I'm gonna start my testimony. It's really short, but yeah, I hope you enjoy. So my family, my parents, they were missionaries from Jardine missionaries. So 1996, they came to Brazil, and then they were missionaries there. So I don't know if you know Jardine. Jardine is a city, and then near Jardine have Campo Grande. So my parents were pastors of Campo Grande. And that time, no members, not many, a few members only in the place, but yeah. So I lived in the church with my parents, and yeah, so always with members. Always with members, with Takonjans, and so it was really good environment. But my parents were always busy. So that time, they were traveling around like to many places in Brazil, many states, to give 7 days workshop. So it was like for more than 1 year traveling and giving workshops. So me and my siblings, we were raised by our how to say aunties and uncles from the church. Since I was little, my parents were living a public life for like the church, so they were very busy. And then so actually we have many aunties and uncles that are like our family, so they are like our parents, or like mom and dad. So yeah, it was really good. I'm really grateful. It was a little bit painful because I couldn't have my parents with me when I was young, but I could receive love at the same time. So yeah. After we moved to São Paulo. São Paulo is it's a city where we have the headquarters in Brazil, and yeah, we start living there, and the life there was even more busier, yeah. So my dad was it's a big building, and then we have the fourth floor is you live house, apartments, and then second floor is offices. So same, he was living and working the same place, but yeah, he was really busy. And then I remember that every time he has short time, yeah, he was doing effort to spend time with me and my siblings. So yeah, so that time I realized something that love is not about quantity but quality, because that time my parents weren't with us always, but every time he had free time, can rest, even though it's 1 hour or 30 minutes, he came up and then come to our house, and he called us. So I was playing with my friends, and then suddenly my brother would come and say, "Oh, Dad is calling. You have to come back home." And I was like, "Oh, but I don't want to go. I want to play with my friends." They're like, "It's Dad, Dad is calling you." I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I have to go. So every time, if Dad's calling, it's because we have a precious time to stay. So we condition absolute obedience. So I just go, and then I get home. Okay, let's go McDonald's. Like, oh, okay. And I go McDonald's for 1 hour or a half an hour. So we had a lot of this kind of short meeting, family meeting. Yeah. So through that, I could realize that actually, seeing my parents like that, I could realize that.
Wasn't it hard to share them, Junka?
Share?
Yeah, I mean to share your dad with 2 parents.
Ah, yes, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard. Yeah, actually, because of that, I started questioning about the church. Why is it like that? Why my parents have to live a life like that, crazy life? So, yeah, I'm getting there. So
you're gonna get there,
yeah. So no. So receiving much love. Yeah, I knew that was his pressure break time, and that he probably wanted to rest, but instead he chose to use the short time to spend with us. So I seeing my father sacrifice his own rest in order to spend time with us made me feel a precious and valuable love. So receiving so much love and care from my parents made me begin questioning why they were living such a busy life. Always thinking about others first, always sacrificing themselves for the sake of God's providence. So yeah, this was the start of my life of faith, my own life of faith. So yeah, my family always prioritized loving others before themselves. So through that, I began to feel and understand something greater, the heart of God. I wanted to understand who this heavenly parent and true parents were. The ones who made my parents live such a life of blood, sweat, and tears. I wanted to understand my parents actually. So yeah, for me to understand my parents, I have to understand first heavenly parents. I realized that. So yeah, that was the beginning of my own journey of faith, and yeah, so I started taking my life of faith in the Unification Church more seriously. So I began reading the Divine Principle, listening to the sermons, and everything. I was already doing that, but that time from that time I determined myself that I will like do with a purpose. Okay, so I'm going to the Sunday service. Why? Because I want to understand Heavenly Parent. I'm going to the workshop. Why? Because after before it was because I wanted to meet my friends, but now it's because I want to understand my parents. I want to understand God, and then I had like a purpose for every activity in the church. So yeah, and I started reading the DP very seriously, studying like line by line, and so I became determined to discover my parents. I chose discover why my parents had chosen such a path. So one day during a youth workshop, they have like after school, summer and winter, I went to a workshop, and then that workshop was really, really, really nice. Really nice. It was the first time that I cried listening to DP lecture. I cried, listened to the POC, Principle of Creation, Fall, Restoration, everything. I was crying. And then after we had like a True Parents Life course lecture, and I cried also. So I was like very touched. And then after like almost in the end of the workshop, we had like 21 minutes of prayer all together. So we like singing holy songs, go to like a mountain, and then we pray in the forest inside like. And then that time I was okay. Before I prayed, I said, God, Heavenly Parent, please, if you exist, if you're real, please show me your heart. Let me feel this heart that you have. And then I can understand my parents. And then I start prayer, and then when I start prayer, I said, Heavenly Parent, true parent, I start crying. I start crying, but no reason. I had no reason actually, not like personal reason. I just start crying, and I felt like pain physically in my chest here. It was so painful that I couldn't stand up. I was like, had to do like this. So it was not just a pain, it was like I say hopeful. I felt hope, in the same time pain, suffering, and warm. It was warm. So I don't know how can I explain, but I think it was my first time feeling God's heart for the first time. And then I cried for 21 minutes, and then finished, and I still crying. And then after I could reflect, why? What was that? So strange, like so strange experience. And then I realized those tears were not my tears, but Heavenly Parents' tears, and He was showing me His heart. So I could realize something really deep that day. After that day, I realized that my parents. That God is suffering more than my parents. God's heart it's even more painful than my parents' life, even more miserable life. He has more miserable life. And I realized that, so I could understand, that's why my parents are living this such crazy life. Because they wanted to consult God's heart. That was the reason. So, okay, I could understand, and I could feel my parents' heart at the same time. I could understand. Yeah, so God. Yeah. So, from that day, I determined like myself. I was determined that I had to do something more with my life. I could not just live my life for myself. Just how to say, it's a waste. I felt like a waste. So if I felt that my life is really short, and at that time I realized, okay, now I have only one life. I have only a few years to offer to heavenly parents? How can I live this life properly? You know, with all my heart, all with like I really, yeah, to the fullest. So I realized, oh, okay. So I think the way is to be, how to say, live a public life, public life like my parents. So yeah, and then yeah, live a life of filial piety toward God like my parents, and then yeah. Yeah, and also could realize that there were no also could realize that there is no life more meaningful than a life lived to comfort the heart of heavenly parents and true parents. From that moment, I determined to live a public life in church and decided to offer my everything. I don't know what. So I was thinking in like the university in São Paulo, like the university, and just like help like YSP or you can have something in Brazil. But 2020, True Mother started the UPA junior UPA, right? And my brother came first. He went first to UPA, and then I from that time I started praying. How can I live this life? So I didn't know how. So I was offering like conditions, asking God, how do you want me to live this life, your life? So, like praying every day. God said, go to UPA. Go to UPA. So, oh, okay. So yeah, I could also feel that God was telling me to go to UPA, some UPA. So yeah. Yeah, so I made my determination to enter UPA. So because my older brother was in UPA already at the time. When I first heard he was going, I was honestly shocked because since he was already like he was not very internal person like faith like. It was like so I was shocked and I asked him why did you go to UPA? Like you don't need it to go, like why did you go? I was just curious, and he said once you understand divine principle you have no choice. So oh okay, me too. same feeling. It was like interesting because we were having the same experiences in our life but separated. So it was interesting. And then I could talk to him. I asked him, "What is UPA? What do you do? Is it difficult? Is it hard? You think I can do that?" And I was always asking him. And then he said, "Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. I want to go back home." So he said many struggles. His struggles to me. So I was like, wow, UP is really hard. So maybe I cannot do this. I was thinking, maybe I cannot do this. So yeah, but I was praying at that time also, and I said, no, I have to do it. I have no choice. And then I started preparing my documents to UPA. So many documents. So like it took me months to prepare all the documents. And then I have to take exams and then also interviews. So to enter UPA, you had to do many things, many conditions, like external conditions, like interviews, exams, and many things. Yeah. So I was almost finishing the preparation, and then something unexpected happened. And a second generation friend, whom I was very close to, passed away. Yeah, so I was almost going to UPA, going to Korea, and then she passed away. Mm-hmm. She was a really, really pure, really good second gen. But she was murdered. Yeah. So that time I was deeply shocked actually. So during her Sangwa ceremony, I cried from the beginning to end, and I could not stop crying. So I eventually had to leave the hall, and it felt as though I had lost someone from my family. It was really, yeah. So I started crying, and like I was feeling actually, I think, God's heart because it feels like she was my my daughter. I don't know why. I don't have a children, but I feel that God was really really sad because see, like how was like a parent losing a child, like losing a child. So it was the same feeling, really strong. And then yeah, so yeah. So after that incident, my determination rose to another level to go to UPA. So like all my fear, insecurity, and anxiety about going to UPA disappeared. And the only thing left in my heart was an absolute certainty that I would go until the very end. And like, yeah, even though like I was really determined, I don't know how to explain, but for the first time in my life, I could feel this kind of determination. Okay, I don't care, even though I die in this process, I will go. I was like really determined, and then I went to UK. And it was really hard. So it was the turns of like ups and downs, but yeah. So yeah, I was really really determined. So yeah, actually that time I could realize that there is such pain and suffering in this world. So how could I live only for myself? How could I simply build my own comfortable life and family? I think I would never be happy if I just live like that, and I will only be wasting the one short life I have to offer to the world. So and beyond that, life and reality are far greater. So than what we can see with our physical eyes. So I could feel that the reality is not this reality I'm seeing now, but the reality actually is bigger than I expected. The reality, I don't know how to explain that, but say, oh, this is God's reality. I can realize this is God's reality. So actually, there's something bigger happen in this world, and I have to do something with my life to help this. I was thinking like that. So yeah. So at the same time, actually, I was thinking like, who am I to think that I can help true parents? So, but even if my part is only 0.0000001%, so if the future generation can live even a little bit better life, so then it is worth it. I felt so. Yeah. Actually, I just prepared to share with you guys about my motivation to go to UPA, and after UPA, another time. But yeah, so
To be continued.
yeah, because it's very long. But yeah, that was my determination to start this path of public life. So yeah. Actually, after going to UP, I could realize that it's not that easy actually, and I have to be prepared, like internally, externally. But I think every time I lose confidence, I always try to remember my first determination, my first heart, my determination that I gave God the first time. And then, yeah, it's always like, trying to raise myself up. And yeah, so yeah, I think after going to UK, True Mother, I could feel more True Mother's heart, True Mother's love. So before that, actually, only like, okay, True Mother, yeah, True Father. But after that, I could realize and could feel even more deeper how True Mother, how big is True Mother's love for everyone, to everyone. And yeah, so I think these 4 years in UPA, I was a time like preparation time also, but not only that, but I could feel that True Mother has no time, much long time on earth. So she's trying to live True Parents' heart and love for the members. So then when she leaves, you can continue live this life, So yeah, I could feel that true parents' heart, true parents' love, like it's not only a thing that you learn by your mind, your brain, intellectually, your brain, intellectually, because it's something that is different. Because I don't know how to explain, but we live that, we live that. So I could see true parents in the church leaders when I could work 1 month with the headquarters in Korea, like part-time job, and it was really crazy. Like looking at those leaders, I could feel okay. Heavenly parents and true parents are alive, even though they're not here. Even though True Mother was in prison, I could feel that, and I was like, yeah. So maybe this is my responsibility, not only mine, but all second gens, all the members, all the blessed families' responsibility to understand and feel this heart, this love of true parents, and put this in our daily life, trying to live that. So yeah, it's not easy, but I could see with my eyes that time, and then I say, okay, so we have hope. So yeah, we have hope, and even though we are we lack, true parents always with us everywhere we go. So yeah, this was my short testimony.
Thank you.
I don't know if you could understand well, but yeah, I think the main message I want to give you guys is true parents and true mothers' love. That it's really important to us to try to feel it, this love, trying to share. Of course, if we're to share, you have to feel it first. So never give up on trying to feel God and Heavenly Parents. I felt these days that Heavenly Parents are just waiting for us to do the first step. First, our responsibility, right? So trying, not give up, and yeah. So when we try, even though try hard, so God can give us that feeling and can touch our hearts. Yeah. And this precious thing, I could realize more deeper here in Bolton when I came here. So yeah, I'm really grateful to being here, and yes, grateful for True Mother that sent me here, and Heavenly Parents, of course, and also you, all the community here, all the members, and I'm really how to say, excited to learn more, feel more, understand more, and practice more. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions? It was such a lovely testimony. Did anybody want to ask anything to Junka? If you have any questions. I have a few questions. I wanted to ask Junka about, I know a few stories like this where somebody loses somebody, like somebody dies, and then they realize life is short and they realize how valuable this life is, and then they commit. But if you don't lose somebody, how do you feel that? Because what you went through there, you lost somebody, and that really sort of then got you serious about this. I know lots of different cases like that where second gen get really desperate in that situation. What if that doesn't happen for somebody?
Actually, for me, it was not the most important point in my life.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, I could feel Heavenly Parents' heart, and that was the motivation, the first how to say, fire, the paiska. Yeah, for my motivation actually. So yeah, you don't need to lose someone, of course, and then we never want to lose someone, but I think more than like this external experiences in our life that we cannot control, more than that, something that we can do, So when I determined to learn about God and go and like, I will find you. I don't need you to find me. I will find you. When I had this determination, I could feel God. So God actually is waiting for us to move sometimes. So I think, yeah, we don't need this. We just need to to do something, you know. So like, okay, I will learn DP. So I read every day, like for many years, DP, and I was searching like for answers and trying to understand. So before I say that this church, this religion is crazy, is wrong, before I say that officially to my parents, I have to first try and find answers. If I don't find, okay, I will tell them, sorry, I'm going. But I could find, and I could feel. So I'll say, okay, true parents are not, they are not normal people. I could realize that they are not just peacemakers, just founders. No, they are more than that. I could realize that. So yeah, I think the most important thing is more our responsibility as children of God, as children of filial piety, to understand your parents' heart. You know, maybe.
I have one more question,
Yeah.
because your testimony is very deep and it brought many thoughts to me. The other question was, especially leaders' children, many leaders' children feel sacrificed and they feel forgotten. So, you know, how is it that you became grateful, but many would become resentful in that situation? What do you think is the difference there? How could you turn it into gratitude and motivation, whereas many would become resentful, negative, and turn against true parents, that their father had been taken from them, or their parents had been taken?
Yeah. I when I was in UPA, I was thinking about that, because in UPA we have many leaders' children, like sons, children. But there's differences, you know, that really resent, like, and then they go out the church and then they want to go to UPA, you know, like, so I was reflecting about that. And actually, I don't know, but in my opinion, I think, like, as I said, like, I didn't have this much, time with my parents, spend time with my parents. But my parents was in the beginning when I was really young. But when my parents was I always was seeing my parents loving the members before us. So like they love the members, take care, and then they come to us. So it was like natural for me in the beginning. But after I start asking, but when thinking of that, I realized that actually when my parents was loved the members before us, before me and my siblings, actually they were building like a kingdom. So because after that members is really interesting, because that members that my parents invested love for more than like first, they came to us and they treated us, me and my siblings, like their own child. So it was, I didn't know the person. So, but just the auntie come and like give me money, give me anything, and then like take me to their house and they treat me like if I was her like daughter. So it was really like strange for me in the beginning, but I was like, wow, how is it possible? Like now thinking, how is it possible? You treat someone like, love someone as your own family, like, and I could experience that. So I could realize, oh, this is the foundation of my parents' love. So not only me and my family, okay, we can be reunited if they weren't outside all the time, but more than that, the world became my family, you know? I don't know how to explain, but everywhere I go, in Brazil, I was, I had confidence that everywhere I go, I will be protected and someone will be like, so this kind of, love, I think it was really important, it was really good. So I realized, okay, maybe my parents was loving the members first, but thinking of us in our future. And yeah, and then actually my dad said that to me before I went to UPA. I went to him to like a restaurant, and then he said, now my life is complete. I can die. Like, I was like joking. Like, what? Everything I did in my life, it was to see this day. You determined by yourself to live a life to God. So now I am seeing that being fulfilled. So now I can die, he said. So I realized, oh, everything he did in his life until now, it was for me. For me and my siblings to live a life, happy life, happy life for God, heavenly parents. So yeah, I think not the quantity but quality of love, and and also the certain things that every time he had like short time, he went home and it was like giving us love, like showing, I didn't forget you. Okay, let's go, like for a walk, let's go McDonald's, let's go, I don't know, anywhere. So it was like a tradition in my house. So okay, our parents are busy, but we can't I'll say complain, because they are always trying to do something. Sometimes we complain about that. No, I don't want to go McDonald's. But I think the quality of love was important. It is my own perspective.
Yeah,
Perspective. But I also asked my parents actually. And there's another answer, but my perspective was this. Essentially, yeah.
Does anybody else have a question for Junka before?
I have a question. What do you think about fundraising and witnessing? Should one experience a nice, good period of fundraising in order to do witnessing afterwards in a more purposeful way? Or how is it for you? Or it is not from your viewpoint, or it is not necessary? Or what is the meaning of fundraising in regards to afterwards witnessing?
Mm-hmm. So for me, like, I learned that I have to do fundraising first and then witnessing, because it's like a foundation for, like, fundraising is like a foundation for witnessing, right? We learn like that in church. So, but yeah, and when I did fundraising in Korea, Brazil, and then I tried also in Switzerland, London, and other places, Portugal. I think it was really good experience actually. So nowadays, like, second gen say, we don't need to suffer because we are colonial era. But actually, if you think it's suffering. But if you change your mindset, it's not suffering. Actually, you are practicing your love, trying to love someone you don't know, you just met outside. So when I was in Switzerland, I have a really good experience witnessing. That time it was like I was with my friend, and we have to, like, many people all day, like 9 hours, like every day. So it was really hard. But I could realize that actually Heavenly Parent was showing His heart through the people to us, to me and my friend, that activity. So, and also the people are really sensitive spiritually. I don't know how, but when I was with the wrong motivation, they wouldn't buy. And I was like, with the right motivation, they buy. They buy. So it was really interesting. Okay, I was like, okay, let me test. So I'm gonna, for like this, like more 3 people, I'm gonna change my motivation, trying to think another thing. And it was really in another thing. Yeah, it was really like that. When I changed my motivation, people didn't buy. And I was like, oh, so it's not about learning, it's not about giving, like, receiving money, and it's like a training to me, like, to understand and believe in the spiritual world. and heavily, and also fill heavily parents' heart. So it was really, really nice, crazy experience. And yeah, I think my relationship with God got closer after the period of fundraising. And yeah, so you know how to treat better people externally, be kind to them, be honest, genuine, and at the same time you train yourself to maintain your motivation pure. Motivation pure. Okay, now I'm talking to you, but actually, like, I'm talking to you to buy this I don't know, this thing, but in my head, God, please give him or her this little condition for him or her in the future can meet and know true parents. So if you have this kind of heart and motivation, I think it's really different. It's not only external, activity, like just selling things. It's more than that. It's like a training for your spirit. Yeah. So it's really good. So if you have this kind of experience, I think after when you're witnessing, you can give more deeper, get more deeper to the people, and then invest more love. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one more question. It's a little bit more external question.
Yes.
There was some time the True Father established a peace police. Does this still exist? Part of the UPA?
Police?
It was called.
Yeah, the Peace Army or something, wasn't it? Peace
No,
Police
Peace
and
Police.
Peace Police and yeah, there was such
It's
a
like
time.
a branch of UPA that should protect God's providence.
True Father?
Against
Mother.
negative things.
True Father said it.
Oh,
Yes, there was a speech that Father
Is
mentioned.
it still part of
Do you know
UPA?
about that?
Oh no, I don't know.
No, I didn't hear about it.
Police. Yeah.
It's in a speech. Father explained
Speech.
it. Yeah.
It was like a group.
I think it was established. Yeah, I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah.
I think it was in the beginning of the UPA,
Yeah, and the Peace Corps.
the Peace Corps,
Yeah.
Everyone
Peace
said
Police. Yeah.
Ah.
Because it's also very important that God's providence, what is built up, is being protected. Because also there's so much negative influence through pornography or the media, and that is going really much against the pure love that God is trying to establish, no? Through a movement and through many people that have goodwill. So these kind of things also we have to tackle.
Yeah.
You know? We have to protect our children. We have to protect our grandchildren. And we have to protect society also. So it's also quite a big endeavor. And I wanted to say thank you. It's really wonderful testimony you gave, especially about the importance of purpose. And I really like your sign out here, Peace and Purpose Center. This is really great. Because once you have established a purpose, it's like a North Star goal, you can always follow all your life. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Junka. Thank you so much. I wish I was so mature and so wise. You're 23? 23, wow. Amazing, yeah, such a testimony. Thank you so much for sharing it. It's very beautiful. Let's give another round of applause. So I didn't prepare anything to say. I've been quite sick the last few days, although I wanted to come today to be with you. I don't have anything that you can inherit or catch. Catch is the word. You can't catch it, so don't worry. It's a kidney infection, so it's not good. You can't get it, so no worries. We have a few more minutes. I don't know, Frank, would you like to share anything, or you didn't have time to prepare, but would you like to share anything about your dad or your experience, or I know it's been many years.
It's a long story, but
It's a long story, yeah. Do you want to come up and share briefly? Let's welcome up Frank. I'm not sure exactly the dates, but somewhere it's coming up, right? Your losing your dad is.
Yes, so passed away 8 years ago. Yeah, I don't know where to start, but I can try to make it short. So he was born in 1940 in Indonesia because my grandparents they were living, doing agriculture. So they're in Indonesia. Then after the war, that was 1945. They went back to Holland. And I think because of passing the boat to South Africa, there was some connection to South Africa. Because during those days from Indonesia, you went past South Africa to Holland, I think. Yeah, so after he studied in Holland, at some point he went back to South Africa, and then so then he met my mother there, and after they got married, they went to anyways, so it's I don't know where, it's a long story, but I don't know how to make it short. So my grandparents, my uncle Johan, so he was in San Francisco and he met the church in San Francisco. So after joining in San Francisco, he went back to Holland, and then he witnessed to his parents. So that's my grandparents. And then I think at some point my dad and mum went to Holland, and also they met. That was quite a while ago. So that was. I'm not so good with dates, but it was 1970s, around 1970s.
That makes you like a kind of second gen, or like a Jacob child, as we used to call it, right?
Yeah. They met. Of course, then they also heard the principal, and I think there was somebody from Korea in Holland. I don't know if she's called Lady Dr. Kim, but I think she was also in Holland. Anyway, they heard the principal there, and then after joining, they decided they were sent back to South Africa to start the mission. To be the first, or to start the missionary work in South Africa. There was also a time when he visited, he went to Barrytown. I think it was for 40 days to start the mission. So he was there also. I don't know what else to say.
Did you have the same experience like Junka then? Your dad was a leader, and therefore you didn't see him so much when he was, or different?
Yes, I suppose. I mean, he did a lot of, apart from, he was working, so his job was, he was working in a bank. And then on weekends, when he had time, he was working for the church. I think in the beginning, when he started the mission, there was, remember the One World Crusade time? That was during the time that they started the mission in South Africa, so they were going around with a van, and it was written One World Crusade on it. So I have some pictures of it. I think in the beginning, he said in the beginning, because if you see him speaking, you wouldn't know, but in the beginning he wasn't really, he didn't like, I think he said at some point he wasn't someone who would speak in front of people. But then I think what happened is he was going around with a megaphone around Cape Town, and also he was giving talks, or it was like a parade, a place where there was a market, something in South Africa, and he was giving talks there. So I think he started getting more used to it after that. Then obviously, so I don't know, many people joined during the years when he was started the mission. So at some point he was the national leader or something. And then after that, he, during the time when the German, American and Japanese missionaries came at some point, I think Trafalgar sent them all over the world. So three from 3 different countries, so they came to South Africa also. And so then from then onwards he was he wasn't that much. His involvement was less. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I mean, he did all kinds of things. I think he wrote a few books, a spiritual book and a business book. He also worked. So afterwards, he started working for. I think in Nigeria they had a internet company. So the church had many different businesses in Africa. And so in Nigeria they had an internet company and a few other companies. So they asked him to go around the world, try to help with businesses. So he was going to Zambia, and then he also was going to Nigeria, and he was traveling around the world. Yeah. There was many nice experiences because we had Table Mountain, and so many times we went with the church and we were playing games. I went up the Table Mountain, and many times you go up Table Mountain, it's like 2 hours to the top. And we have this specific game where I don't know if anyone heard of the game called Kick the Can. I've not heard of this game. So it's like the one team has to build up the cans, like a tower, and then you have to kick it, and then it falls, and the other team has to stop you. So it's like you throw with a tennis ball, you try to throw them out. So the one team is trying to build it up, and the other team has to stop you from doing it. So it's like a very interesting game.
Is that a South African game or is it a church?
I don't know what kind of game that is, but I don't know where the term comes from. But it's like a game that one team builds it up. It's like a few cans, and you put it around here, and the one team is trying to build it up, and the other team has to stop it. And so once the other team builds it up, and then they kick it, and then they win. So we used to play those games in the mountains. I mean, there's a lot to tell, but that's basically.
Did your dad pass of just sickness, or was it cancer, or what did he finally do?
Yeah, so at some point he left South Africa, and my mother, and they went to live in Holland. So he got he had many spiritual experiences, some revelation, something told him to go back to Holland at some point. So I think he was just sitting and he just fell asleep. And, I think they said it's his heart, but I don't know if they did the actual investigation as to the reason, but he just.
How old was he?
79.
Well, thank you, Frank. Thanks a lot.